And there are plenty of big races here in the tri-state, and many are shaping up to be very close. Brad Underwood joins us from the Hamilton County Board of Elections. Brad, what are the candidates doing to woo voters who have yet to cast their ballot?
Yeah, well, some old stuff, some new stuff. Paula, tonight you do have candidates dropping off their signs at polling locations as well as getting their volunteers ready for tomorrow's duties at the polls. But you also have some hosting Zoom meetings and doing other kind of outreach, trying to get as many of those last-minute votes as they can before people start lining up at the polls tomorrow.
The early voting turnout is massive and historic. Jared Camrus is a strategist for Democrat Fanon Rucker, who's running for Hamilton County prosecutor against Republican Joe Deters. Deters declined an interview tonight. Camrus says the remaining hours are being spent calling, texting, and emailing as many people as possible.
It's tight. This is kind of one of the most watched races locally.
It's different this year for many reasons. Number one, COVID-19. Campaigning has changed and candidates had to adapt.
We can't shake hands anymore or kiss babies, but we can still talk to people as long as we socially distance. No festivals, not doing bowling alleys and things like that, unfortunately, but you still get out where the people are. I just came from a bunch of firehouses.
Congressman Steve Chabot's hoping for another term. His opponent, Kate Schroeder, says it's time for a change, and the work will continue through the night and into Election Day.
I was just on a call kicking off a phone bank. We've called 100,000 voters today who haven't voted. We're going to be continuing to call thousands more tonight to make sure they know how to vote, they know the hours, they have a ride, and they have a plan to vote. And I'm going to be out at the polls tomorrow, going to be out with my kids.
Another tight race is between law enforcement veterans vying to be the next Hamilton County Sheriff, former Cincinnati police officer Bruce Hoffbauer, and former jailer Charmaine McGuffey. Both are political newcomers. Hoffbauer says it was about getting his name out early and everywhere.
Social media was tremendous, and then I got my sign campaign moving very early as I could. So I got my name out there, and of course the T-shirts to all my supporters. And so I just tried to think free the box, not outside, but free the box, and get my name out there and let the voters know that I was the person to run the sheriff's office.
Now, within the last hour, we did hear back from the McGuffey campaign telling us that she spent several hours here at the Board of Elections today greeting voters, also making lots of calls tonight and planning to visit many polling locations tomorrow. But, taking a look at the current numbers here in Hamilton County, more than 80,000 people voted early in person here at the Board of Elections. You also had more than 245,000 absentee ballots sent in and verified. That total number, 325,598, is roughly 90,000 votes less than all of the votes cast just 4 years ago in the presidential election. And of course, we still have the traditional election day tomorrow. Reporting live in Norwood, Brad Underwood, Local 12 News. Paula?
Those are staggering numbers, Brad. And Brad, you're going to be joining us tomorrow from the Board of Elections?
Yeah, I'm going to get my camping chair. We're just going to set up shop here all day tomorrow. We will be here to not only update the numbers, but, if there are problems, we're going to be right here and talking with officials at the Board of Elections on how they're going to fix those.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Brad.